Hello and welcome back to a new video. If you are new here, I'm Sarah. I'm from Germany, if you not have guessed from my thick accent yet. And I have lived in Australia for 3 years, 3.5 years to be exact. And on this channel, I talk about my life in Australia and also traveling in Australia, which will be happening really soon. Today, we're going to talk about 10 habits that I've picked up as a German in Australia. Let's get into it. Okay, I would say we go straight into the video with number 1, laughing off problems. So this is something I did not quite understand in the beginning because it's very different to Germany. You will see me comparing a lot of things to Germany because that's where I lived 27 years of my life. And as I said, something that was quite new to me and I had to get adjusted to it because something would happen at work and people would just laugh about it instead of taking it serious as I thought. I learned later on that Aussies are taking things seriously, but for me it just seemed like no one was taking anything serious. And now I'm really adjusted to it and I'm actually laughing off problems too. So like, for example, if someone breaks down and you get away with it, like everything is fine, people will be just like, haha, you broke down, that's funny. Or you break something and it's not like something major, people would just laugh about it. And I definitely do that too now. Here's a little example. We were driving in Sydney yesterday and we had a Ford Ranger in front of us. Of course it was a Ford Ranger. Just kidding. They had 2 lounge chairs in the tray and they were quite massive and probably also heavy, but they were not strapped down at all. And I've looked at it and I was like, they didn't strap down anything and it just looked like on the next bump, the one chair will just fall off the back. And we were just all laughing at it and said like, whatever. I mean, everything should be right. And that's something I really noticed that I'm doing now. I'm laughing off problems and I like it. Number 2, complaining less. I am very grateful that I've picked up this one because it changed my whole life, my perspective on life, and it really helped me to change as a person. Germans really like to complain about literally everything, and that's fair enough. Good for them. I don't want to be like that. I don't like it. I don't like to listen to people that complain a lot. And I am definitely not saying that Aussies never complain. They do, but they don't carry on with it. And that's a massive difference to Germans. Most people in Australia will just carry on with their life. They just keep doing their thing. They complain, but they just leave it to it as well. They can just drop the topic. And it just seems like they don't bother other people with their complaints as much. And I definitely picked that up. I would say my boss would probably say I'm complaining a lot about how heavy our equipment is, but it is bloody heavy, okay? But I think in the rest of my life, I have changed a lot and I really don't like complaining. And look, it's fair enough to complain about the weather, the government, how shit everything is, how expensive everything is these days. But it just seems like people don't carry on with it and they just get on with their life. Number 3, be a proud tradie. Not only did I not know what a tradie was, I never heard about the word. I know what a tradesperson is, but the word tradie, I just never heard about it. Neither did I know how cool it could be to be a tradie. People over here are really taking pride in their trade, and I think that is the coolest thing ever. There's even a brand called Tradie. That's where I got my work socks from. It says Tradie on the top of it, and there's underwear with the name on it. And I just find that very funny. It is so cool. In Australia, it's honestly a vibe to be a tradie, and I would actually say it's cool to be a tradie. Like your high vis, your boots, your hat, your sunnies, it's all like a thing. And yeah, people are just really proud of what they do. And if I would compare that to Germany, people are literally ashamed to tell people that they are a tradie. And that's really a shame because tradies are so important for us, for everyone. They do such important work. And if there were no tradies, then how do you get along with life? I personally work as a gardener. I'm happy for you to tell me in the comments if that qualifies to be an official tradie. I see myself as a tradie, no matter what you're gonna tell me, but feel free to tell me anyways. And because of that, I feel like a part of this society. I know it sounds a bit funny, but in Germany, there's really not such thing like being proud as a tradesman or a tradesperson. And yeah, that's really different over here, and I really like that. Number 4, change of perspective on distances. As you probably know, Germany is way smaller than Australia. So if something is an hour away, it is considered mildly far away. You wouldn't just drive there just to drive there, if that makes sense. And in Australia, if something is an hour away, it's literally around the corner. And I really picked that up because that's how I think about distances now. If something is 1 or 2 hours away, it is literally around the corner and I just quickly drive there. If something is like a few hours away, 3, 4, 5 hours, yeah, it's a little bit far away, but not really. You can still drive there in a day, easy. And sometimes you drive for 10 or 12 hours and you haven't even left the state, which would mean in Germany, you left the country. And whenever I go back to Germany now, I can really see how much I have changed and how much I've picked that up because, yeah, if something is 2 hours away, I'm like, let's go. Number 5, saying sorry. I never said sorry in my life so much before since I've been in Australia. It is crazy. People are saying sorry for literally everything. I'm just going past you. Sorry, I'm in your way. Sorry, I'm living and breathing. Sorry. The last one might be a little bit exaggerated, but people really like to say sorry. And I really adopted that because I'm doing the exact same thing now. When I go past someone or I'm in someone's way, I just say sorry, and people would say the same thing, sorry, even though they didn't even do something. Very much different to what I'm used to from back home. I appreciate it in the day-to-day experience with people because, yeah, it just shows somewhat of like respect to each other. And I guess it's because there are not many people in Australia. I mean, 27 people compared to, I think we're around 80 million now in Germany. You get a different feeling for each other, I think. And yeah, even though it seems a bit unnecessary sometimes, I do really appreciate it because it makes a massive difference in the experience from human to human, I would say. Number 6, comfort over appearance. This is probably one of my favorite ones because I love comfort over appearance. I just love to be comfortable. And a lot of Aussies like that too. So if they are in a corporate job and they have to wear a suit or like a nice dress, whatever, you'll still see them after work in like thongs or barefoot or in something else that's like really comfortable. And they just enjoy their afternoon. Or even if you go to the shops, you see so many people in like trackies or even in their pajamas. And I just find that really funny and I love that because no one seems to like take them too seriously and that's so refreshing. No one seems to care. And I already said that in my last video, the I don't give a f mentality. People just really don't seem to care about what other people think about them. And I love that because I always felt like I just want to be comfortable. Like, who cares what I'm wearing in public? If I don't care, why should someone else care about it? And if you're comfortable, then be comfortable. Like, you do you. There are literally little to no rules about how to dress in public. And that's a big thumbs up for me. Number 7, smiling and talking to strangers. I need to explain something before I start this one, because in Germany, you are considered a freak or weird if you talk to strangers just like that. Like, you're in the park and you start a conversation with a stranger on like a bench, you are a weirdo. And I would not recommend, if you go to Germany, I wouldn't recommend doing that because people really think you're strange. For us, it is not considered normal to do that. We keep our distances to each other because we are a lot of people and, you know, you just want to be in your own space. Fair enough. That's normal for us. While in Australia, it is very normal to start a conversation with a stranger out of nowhere. You're just walking past and they have a cute dog, whatever. You start a conversation. You start a conversation about the weather. And I'm getting better at this, okay? But I really feel strange still to this day to do it, because I'm thinking, does this person even want to talk to me? Do they think I'm weird? I'm strange? I don't know. Like, I feel still a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm getting better at it and I've picked it up as a new habit for me, and I love doing it now. I really love doing it because it's just nice to talk to other people about like random things, and then everyone just gets along with their life and you don't even need to know the name of the person or anything. It's just a little chit chat between humans and you're not considered a weirdo. I think it's cool. And just to clarify, of course, Germans do these things, like they have their small chit chats with each other, and you're not like straight away a stranger. Like, it's obviously a little bit exaggerated, but if you come from Australia, for example, from overseas to Germany, or like the northern part of Europe, then you figure out that people are not that open to strangers. But as soon as you start the conversation, people love it and they will have an open conversation with you. But in the beginning, they're always a little bit like, what's going on? Number 8, the use of a in every possible way. Instead of saying the word isn't it, shouldn't it, wouldn't it, for example, there is a use of a or hey, I. And I'm using this a lot now. I remember my coworker in Perth used to say that, and I was like, what is it that he always says at the end of the sentence, a? So he would, for example, say, we're gonna be doing this now, hey. And I was like, what is this, hey? And then I picked it up more and more. And then I figured out that a lot of Aussies are saying that behind sentences or in sentences. And I'm using it now too. And because I learned to speak fluently English in Australia, I picked it up quite early. So yeah, if we do something at work and I'm asking a question to my boss, for example, I would say, we're gonna be doing this now, eh? Or the weather is prime today, eh? That's how I talk. And literally, as soon as I figured out what it meant, I was just using it all the time and I never stopped using it. So yeah, it's definitely part of myself now and I can't think about any other way. Number 9, shortening words. Whenever it is possible, Aussies love to shortening words. Barbecue is Barbie, Avo is afternoon, sunnies are sunglasses, beautiful is beauty, delicious is delish. You get my point. And I love using that now too. And I figure out more and more words that I can use in my sentences. And this is obviously a part of the Aussie slang that I also picked up. This will be another video, but. And yeah, I just picked up so many words over the time. And sometimes when someone is using a word that I haven't heard before, I'm like, what could that possibly mean? And then it makes sense pretty much immediately. And then I'm like, yep, I'm gonna put it in my brain and next time I'm gonna try and using it too. And in preparation for this video, I actually realized how many slang words or shortening words I'm using, and it's quite a lot. I've picked up a lot in the 3.5 years that I've been here. All right, and number 10 is the Australian way of life. I think this is summarizing pretty good what I've already said in my last 9 points in this video. I've picked up the Australian way of life, the chill attitude, the slang, the shortening words, just their being. Australia is literally a part of my life since I was 20, even though I moved here 3.5 years ago. I've been here for the first time 10 years ago when I was 20. And since then, I could never really let go of it. And yeah, it just was always a part somehow of my life. And yeah, I'm really happy that I've picked up so many things over time. You know, I feel way more chilled, laid back and cruisy than I've ever felt in my life. I speak different, I think different about things, and I really can say my whole life has changed. And that's probably already the fact that I've moved from one side of the world to another side of the world. Of course, this is going to change you regardless of the country you're going to move to. But I would really say I adapted to a lot of things here and I feel like a part of the country, and that makes moving abroad way easier. So thank you, Australia. So these were my 10 habits I picked up as a German in Australia over the past few years. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it and preparing for it. And I also just want to quickly say hello to all the new faces here on this channel. Thank you so much for watching my last video and for commenting. I really like going through all of them. I still do actually. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.